In part 3 of the VMGraphix library, we will work with images, texts, and graphics. We will combine them all and show you how to put them all together. Let's get started with that. We have LCD pixel put. We have the start, X location, Y location, and color. LCD clear screen, which will wipe the entire screen to that specific color. LCD fill, we have the start X, start Y, the width, and the height, and then the color. Display image, you have the X and Y location and the pointer to the data location for the image data. LCD box, you have the four corners and then the color. LCD circle, we have the center X, center Y, the radius, and the color. Crosshairs is mainly used for the touchscreen interface. If you want to display a crosshair with the user's finger, you have the X, Y, the size, the horizontal and vertical size of the crosshairs, and then the color. We will get more into that in another video. LCD line, X, Y, start, X, Y, the end, and the color. LCD string, this is for all your string data for putting fonts on the screen. You have the X and Y location, the character spacing in between the characters, the foreground color, and the background color. LCD string overlay is very similar. The only difference is there's no background color. This is used for displaying over images. LCD clear screen, like I said, wipes the screen to black. That's what we do in the start of the demo. LCD fills, what you currently see on the LCD right now. We fill it with hard red, hard green, and hard blue. The colors is 16-bit, 565 format. Crosshairs, like I said, we'll get into another video. Some of these are self-explanatory. We don't need to explain those. I think right now we'll go with the image. In our boot demo, we have it display a NetBurner logo. Let's give this example real quick and we'll show you how to put an image on the screen. It's going to start in the X and Y. The X and Y location will be 0, and the power by NetBurner is the graphics image, which we have explained in other videos how to do this. Right now I want to focus on putting text over an image. So here we have the powered by NetBurner image on the screen, and now we want to overlay some text on it. String overlay will overlay text on a font. LCD string, depending on your image, it may cause you problems. That's why there's these two functions that you can use. Let's show an example of that. But this is a test on the screen, and we're using LCD string. Now it has a background color, so in this particular example the background color will be white. I forgot to add the background color. Okay. Since this image is white, we'll use white. Now if the image was of a color that you couldn't nail correctly because it had shading in it, LCD string would not work for that. You'll see why. Okay, I gotta make this a bigger font to show this example. I want the font to go over something on the actual image, something over the net burner. So let's pick a much larger font. Let's copy this, paste it. Let's download this and try this. Okay. It's kind of covering up the net burner image a little bit, but I want to move it up some more to really exaggerate it. Let's move it up a little higher. Okay, that's better, but I think I want to move it more over to the right. I want to cover up that N in net burner a little bit more. There we go. That's much, much better. Okay. I want to point something out. I'm going to change the background color to green. Okay. Wherever there's green, that's where LCD string removed pixels from. So if you can imagine you were printing a counter here, if I printed zeros and then I printed a 1, you're going to have leftover pixels in that area. So LCD string wipes out everything in the background. So it's always exactly what you told it to print there. This is why if you're going to put text over an image, LCD string is not the way to go at it. You're going to need to use string overlay. String overlay does not wipe out the background pixels. So as you can see here, it properly wrote over the NetBurner logo, and you could still see it. This is good if you've made a keyboard, you're using just a graphical image of a button, and you want to put different text on that button. This is where you would use string overlay for. The only problem in using string overlay is if you're going to put, let's say you're going to use it as a counter, and you're going to print zeros, and then you're going to change it to a 1, it won't wipe out those other pixels that were used for the 0. They will just become blurry. Let me show you that in an example. We're going to make a counter here. Save this and download it. Now you can see it's counting upwards, but the other pixels are overriding the other pixels. It's just becoming a blurred mess. This is where LCD string comes in handy. So let's try with LCD string. And there you have it counting properly, so you have your text laying over a graphical image and not causing a problem. Based on where it's positioned if we moved it over to the right more, it would cause a problem because it would be overwriting the Netburner logo. So depending on what you're doing, this is what LCD string and LCD string overlay is used for. In the VMGraphix library, there is a define called web display. This allows you to point your browser to the device's IP address and see what's exactly on the LCD pixel for pixel. If you're not going to use it, you can comment this out. Let's go to the board's IP address and see what's on the LCD. Click here, and then it will upload the image to the web page. If I click the image again, it will refresh and re-upload the page. So remotely you could see what is on the screen at any point in time. That's what web display does. If you don't want it, comment it out and you will not be able to have that feature. This is a source file for the VMGraphix library for this particular device, which is the VM7. We have the init, which initializes the LCD graphics controller chip. Would not recommend you change any of the settings here, but of course you can. All these functions are included in the source file with the purchase of the product, so you feel free to change them and make corrections or additions or whatever you see fit. Let's try LCD circle. Let's put a circle on the screen. Let's put it at 200 by 100 with a radius of 50 and a color of, let's say blue. Let's save this and download it. And there you have your circle. Let's get rid of this and return it to the original factory demo using the boot demo. The boot demo uses all these functions, so if you want a better understanding of how to use them, check out the boot demo app. It will show you how to use it, clear the screen, display the images, do this plot the sine wave, random squares, random circles, wipe the screen in a silly way. You can check all that out in that file. So let's add the boot demo back to this demo. I'll save it and download it. There we have the LCD fill and the Netburner logo. We check for the SD card and use string overlay to put that text there. randomly pick pixels and put them on the screen to wipe it to black. Display our logo. We have plotting 3 different colored sine waves. We're plotting it slow. If you want to plot it fast, which will be virtually instant, you need to remove this delay out of here. Just delete that and it'll be instant. We do it slow to give it more of an effect. Now we have the random squares, the random colors, and the random circles with random colors. And then finally we wipe the screen. And that's all in this boot demo. So that should give you a much clearer understanding of how to use all the different functions in here. So when we wipe the screen, we used LCD line for that. So this was a quick video just to show you the different function calls you have available to you in the VMGraphix library. Check out the boot demo, check out the keyboard demo. Those will give you better understandings and show you working examples of how to use all these. Thanks for watching.